A new art installation connects Hanover to Indiana's past and present. Student artists join me on this edition of In the Studio. Indigenous people lived in this part of Indiana long before settlers established Hanover College. In recognition, Hanover College recently entered into a partnership with the Miami Nation of Indiana. Now, some academic departments are becoming involved, such as art and design. A new art installation aims to connect our past and present. Welcome to In the Studio, where each week we learn more about activities, organizations, and individuals here at Hanover College. I'm Charlotte Burnett. Today we're talking with two students in the environmental art class taught by Matt Gaddy. It's Bolinger and Katelyn Enginger. Welcome to In the Studio. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Your class has made a bison sculpture, and to my understanding, there used to be bison roaming in Indiana in the 1600s and 1700s, but due to overhunting, they are no longer in Indiana. So what got you interested in doing a bison project?
So the bison, we basically got that from the bicentennial. So each county got their own, and it would be decorated and then put out as a public art piece. So I believe it was Duke Energy who gave it to Hanover College. Mm-hmm. Originally it was painted with the point and then I think the Hanover College logo, and it was put out for a little while. Eventually it got taken down and was put into storage up until we found it, and Gaddy and the rest of the class decided to put it to use.
I think that's very fun and interesting. And so, according to your professor, the Miami tribe used this point for a lookout for the enemies. How does this project help educate people on the significance of this tribe?
I think it's important to highlight the significance of the tribe and the way that they use this land, because obviously the land was kind of taken from them by us. I think it's important to highlight that to people who come to our campus, that it's important to cherish the land that we have because it's beautiful.
And there's a lot of symbolism on each side of the bison related to the history of the Miami Nation. And so could you tell us about some of that significance of the imagery?
Yeah, sure, I can talk about that. So the biggest picture you see is the point, which, like we were talking about, that's where they would look out from. And then we also have, on the other side of the bison, we have the Gloss Mountains, which are in Oklahoma. So basically the symbolism behind that is they were originally one big tribe, and due to the government breaking a treaty, they got separated into two. So here we have the Miami Nation, and in Oklahoma is the official, federally recognized tribe. So the symbolism between the two sides was kind of that split between the tribe itself.
Yep.
We also have at the front of it the bison skeleton, and underneath is some grass and fire, which symbolizes how they hunt. So originally they would set fires and basically corral the bison before they hunted them. And then it also signifies the habitat loss and the loss of the bison itself.
I think that's very interesting. I did not know any of this, so thank you for educating me on this. And as this project has been going along, have you been keeping in touch with the Miami Nation of Indiana?
Do you want to answer?
It's okay.
We
have not. We have reached out. The professor has, the students haven't reached out, but Gaddy worked with Lowstutter to reach out because I know contact was made originally about this project a couple years ago before the class happened and the whole project came together. So I know that there hasn't been any contact this semester, but there has been in the past, and we're working on making contact for next semester because we really want to invite the tribe to the school to have some kind of ceremony in dedication to them.
Well, I will say we haven't tried to establish contact. It's just been a little bit of a struggle. But yeah,
I think that's very neat. So the class took a large sculpture that's been around campus since 2016. It's a large bison. So made for Indiana's bicentennial, but it never had a permanent place on this campus. You're recycling it. So what are some of the considerations involved in making something a permanent outdoor sculpture? You know, not just the base is recycled, but you also use recycled glass. Why glass? You know, where did this come from?
The idea of using the glass actually came from the head of the department, Rick Lowstutter. He does a lot of stained glass work. Actually, all of the glass in the glass studio was donated to this college. I don't know how many years ago, but there was an alumni that had a huge glass studio, and when he passed away, his wife donated all of the glass to us. So we're using upcycled materials that otherwise would have gone to no use.
And I see that you guys worked on the project both in and out of class. So did each student have like a specific role that they were assigned to the bison in the project?
So there wasn't really a specific role assigned. We all kind of just took up our own place. We all have our own strengths, and we liked to keep in focus our little sections, I guess.
And so there was a lot of consideration going on about where you wanted to place the bison on campus. And there were many locations considered, from looking out at the point of the Center of the Fine Arts, from the Science Center, and that's where you chose to put it. So what do you think of this location?
The Science Center was not our top location. Our first choice location was actually in front of Lynn Hall for the 360 view, but we're really excited to have it put in front of Science Center because there is some, I don't remember what word Gaddy used. There is some significance to putting the bison sculpture outside of the Science Center because there are bison in the Science Center, and there's some significance with that.
I also think it's really great because it's a lot of traffic, a lot of students coming in and out, and I think a lot of people in general just visit the Science Center, so it's great that many people are going to be able to see the bison there. And this project is beautiful and it's educational. Do you think there are other ways it can benefit this campus?
I think, well, one of the goals we were trying to do when we created this was to make it loud and make it known that we have art on this campus. So I know one of our aspects we were thinking of was a lot of people will go in front of these big art pieces and they'll post it on social media. So we're hoping that that's going to attract some, if not a lot, of visitors to the campus and maybe get some new students.
Now, before we conclude, I want to know what your favorite part of the project has been in the bison.
I think flipping it upside down is really fun.
Flipping it upside down?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
We have the bison flipped upside down currently, so we can work on the underside of it. That was just a really fun process.
And how did you guys do that? Was it a team effort that you guys all had to flip it upside down?
It is suspended upside down right now.
Yeah, so we built, there's some scaffolding we have set up along the sides. We have a 2x4 attached to the feet of the bison, and then it's connected by another 2x4, that's balanced by the scaffolding right now.
So thank you guys so much for joining me. I think we've learned so much about the Miami Nation and the history behind the sculpture, so I think it's so important. Thank you for joining us. I'm Charlotte Burnett, and this has been Hanover in the Studio.